Hi everyone. I thought you'd be interested in this book. It's called Octupus Den. And because we were studying octopus last week, this one is really good about how an octopus survives in the ocean. It's by Deidre Langland, illustrated by Stephen. So Deidre and Stephen got together to make this book. One of them wrote the words and one of them made the pictures. Octupus Den. It's dedicated for my mother, who taught me that some things aren't just icky and squishy and strange, but they're also fascinating. So, Octupus Den. Here we go. 20 feet below the blue surface of the Mediterranean Sea, the sandy seafloor lies in folds and ripples. Fan mussels and seagrass grow on patches of gravel nestled between tiny sandhills. One sandhill is different from all the others. It has two bright eyes peeking out from it, one to the right and one to the left. Cleverly disguised, Octopus is waiting for his dinner. So there he is. He looks like the bottom of the ocean. Can you see his eyes? You see the grass and the mussels and the ocean floor. Before long, a crab creeps by. It moves sideways. See if I can hold the book a little this way. You might not see me, but you can hear me. And you can see the pictures. So, before long, a crab creeps by. It moves sideways, tall on its hard-shelled legs. Close, close, closer. Suddenly, one of Octopus's long arms shoots out and the crab is caught. Try as it might, it cannot break free from the octopus's strong suction cups. Octopus uses his sharp beak to break open the crab's shell and eat his slippery meal. So just like the squid, the octopus has a beak, bigger than a squid, but has a beak, and it can open and break the shell of the crab. It has been a long night of hunting for Octopus, and it's time for him to return to his den. But his round eyes spot something interesting in the distance. From a tangle of seaweed, half buried by sand, a shiny piece of glass is reflecting the morning sunlight. And slowly, carefully, Octopus crawls toward this strange object. So there's Octopus, and he's crawling over to, I don't know if you can see it, it's right here, and it's bright and it's being reflected, and I believe it is a piece of broken glass. So with a flash, the sun glints off its bright surface. Now you can see it kind of over here, getting a glint from the sun. Curious Octopus creeps closer and slithers behind a nearby rock. For a moment, the seafloor is quiet. Then slowly, Octopus's eyes stretch up from behind the rock like periscopes. From his hiding place, Octopus watches the seaweed for signs of danger. So he's being very careful. He wants this piece of glass over here that's shining in the light. But he's being very, very careful, and he's creeping up with his eyes to look, to make sure that there's nothing there. When he's sure it's safe, there he is, how big he is. When he's sure it's safe, Octopus snakes an arm toward the piece of glass and snatches it back to the safety of the rock. For a moment, he investigates it. The suckers on his arms are tasting the new object and feeling its shiny, smooth surface. Then Octopus backs away from his hiding place, squirting water from the funnel below his head. He jets toward home. The slender tip of one of his arms is still wrapped tightly around the shiny piece of glass. It will soon become part of his collection. So octopuses are collectors. Let's find out why. So there he is. He's got the piece of glass and he's using his funnel to push the water out and go home. Before he reaches his safe den, though, Octopus spies danger from behind two rocks. A hungry moray eel. Can you see the eel right here? The hungry moray eel prepares to strike. Its smooth, thin body is wedged tightly between two rocks where few creatures can fit. It is ready to attack with lightning speed. Octopus acts swiftly. His body turns dark and he squirts a cloud of ink at the eel. The ink hangs in the water like another shadowy octopus. So he's squirting that so that eel can no longer see Octopus and Octopus gets away. Did you see eel there? And there's Octopus squirting his ink. The eel attacks the cloud of ink. It doesn't see Octopus shoot off at the opposite direction. Octopus changes color again, this time to a sandy shade of gray, and rockets behind a stony outcropping. The eel is kind of confused by the ink. It cannot smell Octopus. It bursts through the cloud and glides right over him. So Octopus is actually able to change to different colors, and it makes him camouflage like the rocks. And the ink is something that confuses the enemies. As the eel disappears into the distance, Octopus stretches out his body and begins to rise toward a hole in a rocky undersea cliff. This is his home. Just as he's about to slide into the hidden rock hole, he sees that there's something else in there. A larger octopus has moved in. The big octopus is wedged tightly into the hole, sitting on shells and rocks that Octopus collected. Oh no, he's taking Octopus's home. The intruder reaches a huge arm toward Octopus. Towards Octopus, the sucker's facing out, warning him to stay away. Octopus obeys. He will have to find a new home. So if a larger octopus invades your home, you're out of luck and you have to find a new home. And this is the way he does it. He puts out his arm and he tells the smaller octopus, no way, you're not coming in here. This is my home now. So Octopus has to find a new home. Octopus returns to the sea floor in search of a new shelter. The piece of glass bumps and clatters as he busily his squirming arms feel the objects he passes. When he brushes against a broken rock, his arms reach into its crevices, feeling for a place to hide. So he's kind of looking for a cave or a place to make his home. They feel beneath coral rocks and around corners and through holes, looking for a home. As he crawls across the sea floor, his light brown body camouflages well with the sand. Still, Octopus is always on the lookout for danger. His eyes swivel to the front, the sides, and the back. So his eyes are able to go kind of all over. Not our eyes can only go forward and sideways. His eyes can kind of look backwards. So there he is, squirming around, trying to find like a little cave or place between the rocks, like his old home. The sun rays are growing dim when Octopus reaches a rocky shelf. Here, gentle afternoon sunlight streaks down from the sky, bathing the seafloor in a green glow. A school of silvery fish weaves between the dark coral branches. Octopus reaches around the coral. There is no home there, so he can't find a home yet. Keeps looking. Nearby, a seahorse floats. Oh, there he is. There's a seahorse floating. Nearby, a seahorse floats in the still water. Its tail is twisted around a stalk of green seaweed. Octopus moves past it. One arm brushes the seaweed, jiggling the seahorse around. Another arm reaches over a huge gray rock. A third arm snakes around it. There, hidden beneath the giant rock, Octopus discovers a new hiding place. Yay! The tiny opening is the size of an apple. An apple, but he can squeeze in. Octopus pours his body through it and explores the cave beneath. It's just the right place. Too small for an eel or grouper, but perfect for a flexible octopus. Satisfied he has found a safe shelter, Octopus begins his house cleaning. He's a pretty clean guy. Octopus squirts water from his funnel, blowing pebbles and shells out of the doorway, making room. Sand rises in a murky cloud until the den is clear and clean, ready for Octopus to move in. So he's cleaning his way into his den. He makes a den, kind of like a bear. There he is. Wow, he's a big one. Next, Octopus builds a fence. That's what he uses his collection for. With his front arms, he sweeps gravel away from the hole to make a little clearing. Then he gathers materials and cleans them. He's very clean. He cleans his materials. Pieces of rock, jagged and smooth, empty clamshells, broken coral, and the sparkling piece of glass all become part of a fence for Octopus. Finally, Octopus's home is complete. As night comes, he slips inside. The calm nighttime waters of the Mediterranean Sea glitter in the pale moonlight. 20 feet below the surface, so 20 feet below the surface, a new octopus. So this is the new octopus coming to his house. There's his fence. What does Octopus do? Yes, he puts out his hand. It moves, so this octopus is moving towards his hole behind the fence, looking for a place to hide, but a long brown arm reaches out, warning him to stay away. This new octopus obeys. Safe in his den, Octopus pulls in his arm and rests. So now you know a little bit more about octopuses and how they have houses and they keep them clean. They make fences for outside of them. It's really a den. The house is called a den. But there you go. Octopus's den or house, complete with fence. That was his collection. Hope you enjoyed the book. See you soon.